Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Kayfabe with me and my buddy Gabe. We were talking about, yeah, there he is doing his bloody blood.
Bl- this looks shitty.
He's having a stroke right now, and he's got his carpal tunnel. Yeah, happening to him. What's up, Gabe? How you doing?
I need my insulin. Wait, that's for carpal tunnel, right? Oh, wait, no, that's diabetes. Never mind. I'm
Mhm.
good, man. I'm doing fantastic. It's hot as fuck outside. I did a lot outside, and I took a good shower. I took a good shit. Well, I shitted before I showered, so now I'm
Oh
extra
yeah,
clean.
that's efficient right there.
I took my vitamins. I said my prayers, like Hulk Hogan said.
Hmm.
Said a bunch of racist shit on Twitter, like Hulk Hogan does. And yeah, I feel great.
Yeah, you still got time to apologize for that. The day's still young.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on Twitter, say don't work yourselves into a shoot, brother. Hashtag GS or dash GS. You know, he ends in like dash HH.
Yeah, HH. So you know it's him.
No, we usually have a time where we start these podcasts. Like, so we are gonna start at 6 o'clock, and now it's 6:23 because we spent like the last 20 minutes talking about Gears of War, Walking Dead, and Marvel movies. It was
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, yeah. And I was gonna say about Gears of War. The we were doing our impressions of Marcus and Dom and all that, and I was thinking of like, oh, Batista. There's a whole version where Batista replaces Dom as the main character, right? And like Gears 5, I think.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, yeah. There's like a whole like you can play as Batista in in
I man,
replacement.
you open up like a Vietnam flashback.
Yeah,
I
you know what I mean. Like he did the whole voice and the whole. So instead of it being Marcus Phoenix, you're playing as Dave Batista in the
Mhm.
whole campaign of I believe Gears 5.
That is fucking badass. And the whole time he's just like, "Give me what I want. You know what I want. Give me what I
I
want. You know
just
what I want."
I just imagine him instead of with the bandana, it's like his tiny glasses that he
Damn it!
that
I
he
was gonna
wears.
make that joke. I'm saying the little tiny glasses. They look like the fucking steampunk ones. Oh, good times, man. Good times.
like like Baird wears, but like on top of his head, he never really brings them down.
Yeah, he's like, like
Let
in
me
and out,
see.
going in and out, but they
Let me
just
see
get
if I can
progressively
find it.
smaller. Hell yeah, that's crazy. I forgot he
Look,
was in Gears of War.
yeah, I know he was kind of like with what's it called the New Day. He was a playable character or whatever,
Hmm.
and they made it to where you could play as him. In the whole campaign instead of Marcus Phoenix, you could play as Batista.
So instead of like, hey, Marcus, or like, hey, Dave, uh, I don't know. I was just
Yeah,
making some joke or some shit. I couldn't think of
hey
anything.
Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know like what the whole point was of this, other than like him just doing it because he could. I don't know.
Man, speaking of games, real quick before we start, I'm excited for all the wrong reasons. But I got a PS5 and like for the PSN, the PlayStation Plus, they give you free games of the month, whatever.
Mhm.
And the three free games of the month, well, one of them is AEW Fight Forever.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, so I got it in my library. I'm probably gonna download it and try it out. It has 2.6 stars out of 5.
That's as good as 3 stars in Dave
Minus
Meltzer's
3 stars.
eyes.
Man, it could have gone 5 stars if it was released on the the fam cam. Uh,
If it had New Japan in the title
if
or
it was
the
released on
in the Tokyo Dome.
what is it? If it had a continental lock, it can only be played in Japan, right? Is that what it's called? The continent lock. Do you know what I'm
Oh
talking about?
man, I know what you're talking about. Region lock.
Region lock. There you go. It needs a
Yeah, yeah,
region lock only in Japan, and that
yeah.
would be 5 stars. But I
You
think
got to
it's
play it
funny.
on a Japanese PS5 or whatever.
It has 2.6 stars out of 5 out of like 10,000 reviews. And then the other game is like a SpongeBob game with 4.6 stars out of 5.
I wonder who games are made for. Are they made
it's,
for
just-
kids or for wrestling fans?
it's like, oh man, this is what the true fans play. If you understand wrestling, you understand Battle for Bikini Bottom. It's not that. That would be cool if it was though.
I mean, that one has just as many stars, I'm sure.
Um, fuck. I was just having a conversation with one of my friends about this the other day. Do you know the name of the game? It's like the Nicktoons characters all in one. It was like Danny Phantom, Timmy Turner, SpongeBob, and Jimmy Neutron. And like you go to each of the universes to like fight the respected villains.
Was it like
Oh,
a beat 'em up?
yeah, like a beat 'em up game.
That sounds familiar. Nicktoons
Ah, I
beat
forgot what it was called.
beat 'em
Beat 'em
up.
up. It was some game. Attack of the Toy Bots was no. Attack of the Toy Bots. Why does that sound familiar?
Nicktoons Unite.
Uh, you know what? It was probably Nicktoons Unite.
Unite game.
I feel like this is a
Yeah, that looks 2005. Ooh, that was right when I
oh
graduated.
yeah, that sounds familiar. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that one. Man, $8. Nah, I'm not gonna buy it. The game was a piece of shit. But I just remembered it. Man, good times, man. Simpler time. 2005. I was 10
Man,
years old.
I just graduated from high school.
That's
Uh
badass.
yeah, that was right when was what I could think of these beat 'em ups like if they came out, you couldn't patch them. That was just how the game was. Like if it was broken, it was broken. That's it, you know.
Do you know there was a level I was on fighting a boss and it was so broken and I couldn't beat it. And I had to return the game because we rented it. I didn't own it. So I was big sad.
Good times,
Ah,
man.
simpler times, man.
For real, I miss back then. Demo discs and everything.
Oh man, I love demo discs.
But
Discs.
speaking of the good old days, I know on Vice they released on Tuesday what was it called? What killed WCW?
Who killed?
Who killed WCW? And here's The Rock promoting it on Twitter. Tonight on Vice TV, we produce a very compelling look at the demise of one of the most successful and groundbreaking professional wrestling companies of all time, WCW, World Championship Wrestling. To me, it was never a question of who killed WCW, but rather what killed WCW. And I'm like, well, why the fuck did they
Well, why'd
name it
you
Who
call
Killed?
it Who Killed WCW?
Why the fuck did they name it that then? If you know, but no, did you watch the first episode?
No, I sure didn't. I gotta see if it's on Hulu, right? It should be on Hulu by now, right?
Yeah, it was on. Well, I have it. I have like the DVR, and I
Uh
just
huh.
put the recorded on Hulu on Vice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure it's available now. But yeah, I watched it, and I mean, it was cool. It didn't. It just had a lot of like, Vince Russo talking shit that about whoever else but himself. Eric Bischoff talking shit about whoever else but himself. A lot of projecting, and not
Oh
taking
man,
any
that's good.
blame.
Nah, bro, it was Bischoff, bro. Let me tell you about it, bro. Compelling television. It wasn't because of Bischoff, bro.
But I know we had a few things here that could have, they talked about like the finger, and there's still three other episodes. I think it's just a four-part series.
Ooh, okay.
So really, they just talked about how big it got, and then what started like the decline. And most of it was like aimed at Hulk Hogan and how he had rowdy creative control.
Mm-hmm. And it made me think about that too when we were making notes for this because I was thinking about like the highs and lows. This is one of the notes I put too was a finger poke of doom when I know this like really was like the turning point of them falling in the gutter, you know. But I think it was them and the fact that they would how do you say release the results of WWE shows. Do you know remember how they would do that all the time?
Yeah, they because WWF or as it was back then, was pre-recorded, right? So
Mhm.
fucking Bischoff or whoever the higher power was there, maybe Shivani, would give away the results, and they
So
would
that'll
say
put the butts in seats.
Mankind's about to win the championship, or Vince McMahon's the higher power. Like they
Yeah,
would.
and then sure enough, this was the same night that Mankind, Mick Foley, won the WWE Championship. It was like, oh, that'll put butts in seats. And I think a lot of fans, when they heard that, they're like, wait a minute, I love Mick Foley. And then they changed the channel, and sure enough, that's what everybody loved.
And then here,
Oh man! But do you have a lot of memories about WCW, or that was it was already gone by the time you were a wrestling fan?
I loved watching both as a kid. Go like when you could just move back and forth. It wasn't really
Hmm.
like oh, I'm gonna like if there was a commercial here, let me go check out what's going on over there, and let me go check out what's going on over there. And I just remember like I really fan. I like DDP a lot.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of like Bill Goldberg either. I'm
Hmm.
gonna call him Bill Goldberg, just like Bret Hart, because Bret Hart's right. There was
And
something I always liked about like the cruiserweight division because it was like so fast paced.
hmm
You love like The Rock and Stone Cold, like the bigger names and everything because they got like that superstardom. But it's just something about the athleticism. It's like what's fucking awesome.
what I always loved on WWF is fucking oh my god, come out and he'd bring out different hoes and he'd try to like um have the person that he's having a match with not have a match with. Hey, well, you could have a match and you could take one of these hoes, and sometimes they'd agree with it and they just wouldn't have a match.
They're just all dancing like this. But hell yeah, I love the Godfather, man. I mean, obviously that shit would have fucking fly today, but
Oh no.
good times. Look how
And then
crazy this shit is. For audio listeners, we're just going through clips of what I guess are considered like iconic moments, or what we think are iconic moments of WCW. So the last clip we saw was Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, Halloween Havoc '97, and then we'll just
one also you were naming this the Macho Man jumping off the cage.
oh my
And God, dude,
oh my
was he supposed to
god.
catch him or what? Like,
Yeah, he is supposed to catch him. Oh my god, man, fuck Hulk Hogan.
dude, that was God. That just if we remember was us talking about Adam Copeland last week. That's pretty much what happened on the table. I don't know why he didn't put all his weight onto fucking Malachi Black, and here too, he just wasn't close enough. Hulk Hogan. I don't know why he was so
The,
far away.
Look at how flimsy that cage is when he launches off of it. It's like he pushes the cage back.
Oh God, yeah, Jesus Christ.
Fuck
Just
no, dude. And I heard like supposedly Hulk Hogan was there supposed to like catch him and then like not be an asshole.
yeah, take the fucking bump. He didn't even take a bump. Like you could see Hulk
Like,
Hogan like not even get hit.
dude, if I was Randy Savage, I would have went back there, fucking beat the shit out of Hulk Hogan. Well, if my legs aren't broken, I would have beaten the shit out of Hulk Hogan. Golly, that
um
looks so gross.
I know here's the clip here from the who killed WCW of Kevin Nash. I don't know if you saw this on a preview, but Kevin Nash about throwing. Here's Kevin Nash on Rey Mysterio asking him to throw him through a window. He says, "No, dude, that's a window. You will die." And when I heard this, oh, you could hear it right here. It's pretty fucking funny.
Racist, you think you can throw me through that window? No, dude. It's a window. You'll die.
I'll just throw you off the trailer.
No, that shit. When I watched that, it cracked me up because he's like, "Can you throw me that window?" No, dude, you'll die. Like he was so sure throwing him through a
I know,
window
it's
would
like,
kill him.
he's like, you'll die. Here, let me throw you against this fucking metal panel. as hard as I fucking can.
Yeah. You can throw it. No, dude, you'll die.
Oh my god. I like Kevin Nash, but I think everyone has like that old mentality where it's like, oh, our time was better than today, her perp, whatever. I think it's just like a lot of old men bickering and shit like that. And I think he falls into that category too.
Oh yeah, but he's pretty chill about it, Kevin Nash.
Yeah, he seems pretty chill.
Yeah. Um there's this was on there too. I don't have a clip, but I have uh when they asked Bret Hart, wrestlers and executives were asked what they would say if they were writing the eulogy for WCW. Bret Hart said, "Thanks for nothing, go fuck yourselves."
Oh my god.
And
Man,
that's just
dude.
Bret Hart being Bret Hart,
I
you
love Bret
know?
Hart so much.
Yeah. No, he's great. He's
So
fucking
what
great.
so if you had to like pinpoint toward one specific person or one specific thing that killed WCW, what would you compare it to?
I don't know, because I feel like everyone wants to do the easy part and say like Vince Russo, or Eric Bischoff.
Into the ring and it could be a different outcome. And when it got to the point where even the announcers are saying like, "Oh, is this a shoot? Are we getting worked?" Like like backstage terminology to like a bunch of maybe casual fans who have no fucking idea what those terms mean. It turns off a lot of people. Like they like simplicity of it, of especially of like TV entertainment. Like they want shit handed to them on a platter instead of it being like, "Oh, like fuck." Only if you're a fucking scientist, like you're gonna understand everything that's happening here, to where it just like all collided on itself toward the end. Like it's just one giant shit show.
Yeah, and not even to mention too that like WWF, they were like getting hotter and hotter while this like same sort of decline was going on, so it was kind of speeding it up, like if it was just WCW fucking with themselves, then maybe it would have happened a little slower, but it really exaggerated it with how well WWF was doing,
Mm-hmm.
with Stone Cold and The Rock and Mankind. Like it really like made it, oh shit, the decline just go even quicker.
Yeah, yeah, and plus I think Vince McMahon had the right idea of like not giving node to WCW. Where as far as like they talk about like the ratings and shit like that, but even to this day, I still don't understand TV ratings. Whereas like, oh, it did like a 2.1 like for this demographic, it just fucking goes over my head real quick.
Yeah, I don't know how they can keep track of that. I know like there's I remember like reading about like the Nielsen ratings where like certain communities are given like a box that tracks what they watch, and it takes surveys from that, from the Nielsen box. But I don't know how a fucking, I could get it now with like streaming, how it can like track it, but back then how could it track like what people are watching or
Like
viewing, I
what people are
guess.
watching, what like how old like certain people are watching.
Uh-huh. The demographic.
It was like, oh, we've had like 2 million people watch it, but it's like it can either be just one person in a household or like 5 people in a household watching it all together. So
Yeah.
it's weird. Like everything is just like an estimate, but they want to act like it's actual proven numbers. And that's the one thing I don't get too, where it's like WCW around the time, like they would just announce it, like saying like, "Oh, like we beat them again," and I guess that was good. But even to this day, like AEW, I hate shitting on AEW, but it's like when they do it too, it's just like I don't understand. I guess I understand like if you're a reporter, maybe like for like the newsletter or Fightful or any other news source, SRS, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Mm.
But like for a casual fan, it's just gonna go over everybody's head.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially the casual fan who, I don't know, they just want stories, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what a casual fan is defined as now. I can't even imagine a casual fan anymore, because it's so like you're either really into it or you don't care. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's
Yeah,
real
you're a
weird.
gatekeeper.
I can't tell anymore if there's such thing as a casual fan. You know?
I don't know, like this era of social media we're in right now is like so odd. I think I don't know, like it gives everybody an opinion. Obviously, I just sound like a boomer now, where it's everyone has to be right, and I'm just like, man, my guy, I just want to watch fucking wrestling. I just want to enjoy it. But then, like what we're doing now, like we're able to like look at these videos and like make comments about them, saying like, oh, that was fucking dumb. Like why would they do that? They should have done this instead. Me, a regular person who fucking knows nothing about the backstage of wrestling.
Everyone's an expert.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
but I like shedding on things because when something truly does or truly is like good, it makes it all more like better. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I hate when people like, and that's just me. When someone's like so positive about everything, it's like, oh, are you for real? Or are you like in somebody's? Are you on AEW or WWS pockets? Because like
Hmm.
if you start like loving everything a company does, it's like, all right, your opinion's a little fucking um like what's the word tainted.
Yeah, like I remember, we used to have a coworker that we worked with that when AEW just became big, like I would tell, like, hey man, like, did you catch AEW? He's like, nah man, fuck AEW, man. He's like, stupid wrestling. And I would go I'll go like this to him, but then I'll do like the underneath one. And
Mhm.
he's like, man, dude, he's like, I thought you were cool, Gabe. I thought you were cool. And it's so funny because I remember at the time, like I was like fucking huge on NXT, like black and gold brand, like just good fucking wrestling. And then AEW came along, and I'm just like, oh shit, like they're showing it regular on TV. Like this is great. I get to casually watch it. I would have never known, like 5 years later, I'll be like, oh yeah, like the best wrestling's on WWE, because I think 2019 WWE was fucking dog water,
Yeah.
like absolute shit. And I spent years just being a fan of, well, not a fan, but like a watcher of like that garbage. But it's like you said, you watch a bunch of negative stuff, hoping something else good comes out of it.
Yeah, I feel like the negative and being honest about it makes the positive stuff and your opinion count even more. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Whenever does something does happen that's like, oh shit, that was badass or that was amazing. You know what I mean? That's why I wouldn't say overcritical, just trying to be as honest as I can, at least in my own opinion. Which what is an opinion, anyways?
Yeah, no, that makes sense though.
Yeah.
I agree, but tribalism's retarded.
But it's fun, and
It's fun,
uh,
just like AEW. Fuck WWE.
here on some of the news. Speaking of tribalism or politics, John Bradshaw Layfield or JBL is, I don't know what this is going off of, where we're talking about political stuff and JBL's actually being very liberal on this stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like,
from the sound of it, yeah.
so Sheldon Benjamin, this is the actual Sheldon Benjamin, I guess.
Yes.
Here's a non-biased, not political, but concerning politician question on legality. In the U.S., a convicted felon is not allowed to legally own a firearm. So, if when Trump is reelected to the presidency, is he allowed to run the military? I'm seriously curious. Whereas JBL said, "Would you stop? Just stop trying to make sense out of our political system. Next, you will say something really off base, like our politicians should be honest." And everyone's kind of amazed at how JBL's very liberal right now.
Dude, me too. I was like, man, he came from a fucking far away from running Mexicans back off to Mexico.
Which I do have that clip here for the viewers.
Yes.
Here's JBL patrolling the U.S. Mexico border.
Right there. It's a whole herd of Mexicans. The government won't do anything about it. The INS won't either. Texas is too scared. Texas is a bunch of cowards. But John Preston.
Stop right there! Stop right there! You hear me? Stop right there! Let me tell you, you ain't in my country. No. You hear me? Not a one. You speak English. No, you don't speak Mexican. This is the United States. Don't you think that crazy? Get the Mexican skins out of here, and you get out of here. You go back to Mexico, and you tell your Mexican friends, you tell your Mexican family that they better stay in Mexico. You tell everybody south of the border they better stay south of the border, because this side of the border, John Bradshaw Layfield will be waiting.
God damn. Oh, fuck that.
I miss old WWE, man.
Dude, that'd be so funny. Like, you see, like, a family, like, crossing the border and everything, like, swim through the Rio Grande, and then they get to the other side, and they're like, Mira, aquí. And then they're pointing, it's just JBL, like, in the distance, like a trail of dirt going behind him, but he's, like, hauling ass. Like, pásale, pásale. They try to run with it. JBL fucking clotheslines from hell, one of them, like, they do the fucking flip and shit.
They do a flip all the way across the border. And there's Farouk like, damn.
Damn. I was like, Farouk, yeah, you silly guy.
He's just there drinking a fucking what is it, that fucking water that
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
No, that Topo Chico, that water.
Oh, Topo Chico.
Yeah, he's just there drinking a sparkling water in the glass.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Do you kind of wish they would do like another character that's like, I don't know, racially profiling? I think it'd be funny.
Every day I do.
Dude.
Every day, but they wouldn't. It's just not. No, people wouldn't be okay with it. But
dude, I think it would just be funny, man, because they tried doing that shit with Joe Gacy, like from NXT. Well, not even like racially profiling, but he spoke on like woke culture, like canceling and everything. And then people were starting to bitch about that. So they ended up switching his character to like a cult leader. Like, if that's any fucking better, I guess. I don't know. I would just remember Zeb Coulter. Did you remember Zeb Coulter?
No, I don't.
He was like that old short white man. He was the manager for Cesaro and Jack Swagger when they were a tag team. He had the fucking long mustache. Like,
yeah, I know him. That's Dirty Dutch. Dirty Dutch.
Yes, yeah. Dutch
Mantel.
There you go. Yes, him. He would just come out and say a bunch of racist shit because they're real Americans, but it's like one of them is actually from Switzerland. Yeah. Dude, I thought that was the funniest fucking shit, man. Like, if I remember correctly, one of the Royal Rumbles, he would come out like with a sign, like promoting like the real Americans, whatever. And I think he came out with Cesaro the second time. Or he came up with one of them the second time, and he stole he had a sign, like a picket fence sign, that said, "You can keep track of the time, but they stole your watch."
See, I missed that shit. I don't know.
Dude, it was so freaking funny, but I think a lot of people were offended because Trump was elected as president at the time and stuff, and everyone just got like more sensitive. I mean, I understand why they got more sensitive, but like now that I think about it, I'm just like, wow, that's just really fucking dumb.
I don't know. I feel like I wish it would happen, but even now, more so with the blending of like social media, you couldn't really have a heel like that unless their beliefs were really like that. Like you would need the character to really be racist in order to portray him on TV as racist, and obviously that would be problematic, for a few reasons. But like we could say who, man, I'm trying to think of a good example, but like, yeah, a lot of these fans nowadays like the personality because of there's a reality to them off of their character, kind of like I guess CM Punk, how that's really how he is, or Drew McIntyre, now how he is on social media too, you know.
Mhm.
So if it would be problematic to have someone really be racist and then racist in the ring, you know. So, but I would love it. I think it'd make for
Oh man, it'd be so
a great
funny.
heel, you know.
I like how everyone says that the real heel out of all of this is Kane, since he became a politician. And they're like, man, he's been the most evil ever since he's the most evil now that he's ever been in fucking WWE. He murdered his parents.
I just trips me out that when they unmasked him, I was like, is that really how he looks? And then that's like really how
Dude, yes, I was like, oh,
he really looks
huh.
like the deformed Jason Voorhees kid character grown up, you know?
Dude, when I saw that, I was just thinking like, oh, he works on cars. His face is just a little dirty. Uh, good for him, man. Proud of him.
I was like, man, they must have really like shaved his head or did this, but no, he really looks deformed.
I know it just makes me sad too because like his policies, whatever, and not too much about it, but he's very like conservative, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just there. Oh man, that kind of sucks, I guess.
And I just wish, like even Eugene, I wish he was really retarded, but he's but he's not.
He's not.
Yeah,
What?
you can't even have like they should really have like an autistic wrestler that would really go over right now.
I don't think. Oh wait, well WWE don't, but I guess they. Oh wait, no, fuck. It was like a non-binary wrestler that. Wait, I feel like I'm just making this up.
I think
I
you're
know.
making it up.
No, I know we just. Well, not just recently, but like episodes back, like we talked about how like there was this one wrestler who was
Oh,
non-binary.
oh yeah, Abaddon probably. I think who goes
Oh
by
no,
they
I don't.
them.
I don't think it was Abaddon, but it was a wrestler along like that,
Hmm.
where they were non-binary and they won the women's and the men's championship, if I
Okay,
remember
that sounds
correctly.
familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, we had talked about it. I don't remember the name of the wrestler, but yeah, I remember
Well,
that.
that really disappeared. I don't even think we heard anything about that after that happened.
Yeah,
Huh.
and I oh that's why because we're talking about autism. I
Yeah.
mean, not saying like non-binary means autism, but like, but I thought that same person had like autism as
Oh, they
well.
probably do. They probably do. I
Man, well then again, doesn't everybody have autism? Like everybody falls
yeah,
on the spectrum now.
yeah. There's levels to it, and point just like Dave Meltzer stars, 0.25 is just as good as one.
All just like
Uh,
water,
yeah.
like it's a base. I mean, it's a neutral.
um, I have another thing here. I know you'd sent me about the overselling of moves nowadays, and here's a clip from a Ring of Honor episode. And if you're just watching, there's a lot of I don't want to call it ballet because that would be insulting ballet or any
Okay,
sort of like dancing.
okay. So this dude springboards, but he doesn't hit the guy, and then he does like a standing moonsault flip, bounce off of the back ropes. I need to see this again. Okay, okay, hold on. Springboard, bounce off the ropes. He jumps into like a wheelbarrow to do a roll up pin, but he folds his feet around his opponent's legs to roll him over like he was gonna get him in a submission. He jumps up and kicks him. I guess he was trying to aim for the back of the head, but it looks like he missed.
Yeah, that's really going like going ass way around to reach this side of your elbow. You know what I mean? Like there's an easier way to do that. You could have just springboard kicked him in the head from the beginning instead of doing all that shit to just
Man,
end at
I'm,
that, you know?
I I felt like I'm struggling trying to explain it, and I just did.
No, to me, when you sent me this, I was like, this is your typical, like, I mean, AEW match where there's just a lot of acrobatics and choreographed. And,
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate to be a hater of AEW. I tells it how I sees it. but it's just a lot of like choreographed moves. Like I couldn't find the clip, but where Orange Cassidy and that one like luchador kept fucking
Oh, like package.
Canadian destroying each other like back and forth or something, you know?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if you can find it on YouTube.
I know I have this little quick clip
Yes, go ahead.
that I wanted to do.
Adversaries here tonight.
Whoa,
What are we
man.
seeing here?
How about this stare down?
He'll be burnt orange. He gets too close to the stinger. There's a lot of that down here.
Oh, my God. Oh, my.
What?
Oh my God!
Who'd have thunk it? I
Can
see
they
it.
stop?
I don't believe it.
Darby must be thinking, what the hell?
Fucking Sting.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll let this pass because it's Sting. Just
But yeah, it's a lot of this where I don't know, it's the AEW crowd just so used to like acrobatics, and then they all kind of stop, stare at each other, and then everybody claps like, wow, that was such a great sequence of back and forths or something, you know?
you should look up real quick. I'll talk about it when you look it up if you want to. Will Ospreay versus Ricochet, and it's gonna be a match from like 2015, 2016. But I remember this match a long time ago. Kind of sparked this discussion of like, I guess ballet.
Yeah, like a
Ricochet.
dance.
Yeah, I put New Japan, NJWP. Oh yeah, New Japan. And it should be one of the first matches. Oh, behave. I think it's that second video.
This one?
That one. Yeah. You don't have to play the whole thing. Oh, Daily Motion. Go back. Oh man, that's nasty. Oh well, that was actually the whole match. Oh, okay.
I don't know why it wasn't on YouTube. I put it on YouTube.
But yeah, so it is this match. Okay. Fuck, this match was such a long time ago, but in this match sparked this discussion of like that's 2017. No, I think Ricochet was already in like popular, like out of Japan by then. But most of
I
this
don't know.
match is like they're doing that shit, you know, like the fucking overselling, bouncing everywhere. But I think AEW was very inspired by this.
Yeah, I
Where,
guess.
you know, like overselling or, you know, very athletic, like super athleticism shown on TV like daily. Like the first video we saw with those two guys from Ring of Honor, I think that was just a. I'm trying to understand. Like, is that supposed to make the move more powerful? I
Well,
guess.
and I think it's the whole idea, and you know, don't quote me, and but the whole idea that like, okay, you have like the WWF or the old school WWF or present day WWE, where the wrestlers are like kind of bigger, and you see people like Ricochet and Osprey, especially right there, where they're getting all the the fucking praise from the audience, and then even from Meltzer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're a smaller person, and you're like, wait, I could be a wrestler too if I just learn how to do these gymnastics and
Mm-hmm.
choreograph, and you know, I don't really have to do these big bumps. I just have to do this synchronization and this, like I said, the almost like a dance,
Yeah.
and it makes it to where it's easier for a person to say, oh, I could get into the business if I just do this rather than bulk up like say a Powerhouse Hobbs or a fucking Wardlow or someone with the AJ Styles, like with those like genetics where you're a big dude, and that's typically what we look at in wrestlers, right? Big fucking Hercules looking people, where it's like, oh wait, a 5-star match like this, I could do that because I'm a thin dude, you know, or a small dude. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Ricochet, I mean, Osprey looks good as an athlete. Ricochet, I think, is almost like a Rey Mysterio, where he's like an exception, where
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of his thing, doing these high fly maneuvers, and so I don't really want to put him in that corner of like, oh, he's dumb because of this, or he's the cause of all this. No, I
Mm-hmm.
think that's just his style as far as Ricochet goes.
Yeah, no, that I agree with you. That does make sense. I feel like it's not Osprey's fault.
No,
Well, that match and Ricochet, the match he had with Ricochet, the one we just saw, it's not their fault. That I feel like that was like a set example of what is considered like the norm today. But it's crazy how that just like we're discussing it. It creates a lot of discussion of like, oh man, like this ain't real wrestling. Like this is just goofy shit. Um, it's different when I see athleticism like that, to where when they do a move and like they undersell it. I don't know if I sent you the video. I think I just saw it on X a long time ago. But Osprey was just recently fighting somebody from New Japan, and the other guy did his finisher, which was like super protected, like nobody kicks out of it. And he did the move to Osprey, gets hit with it. Osprey just gets up like a second later, and then does the hidden blade like with his back elbow.
yeah, no, I
I
don't
don't
remember seeing that.
no, oh man. So that's when it comes to a point like that, I'm just saying, like, okay, that kind of like discredits the move a little bit. Me personally, because I know WWE doesn't do it a lot, but there's times where they have done it. Like the one
Mhm.
I remember recently was Styles versus Cody, where AJ Styles did the Burning Hammer. I don't know if you remember that, where he kind of had like the Lex Luger backbreaker, the vertebraker on, and then
Mhm.
he like drops him on his head sideways, which looks devastating. Like I heard that move was banned for like years because obviously like how fucked up it looks.
Uh,
And then Cody kicks out of one, and like he starts like hulking up like that,
mhm.
to where the crowd in France like didn't mind it. Obviously, like they were fucking hot the whole night. They didn't mind it. But do you think that works better for WWE because they don't do shit like that all the time? Or
I
does
feel,
that still make you like roll your eyes like, okay, like you should have stayed down for like the 2 count?
I feel like it just depends on the people within the match and then the situation, because yeah, if they do it like I said with and I feel like Orange Cassidy's like the worst, but there's like a lot of AEW wrestlers that do it where they'll do moves over and over again, like the back to back Canadian destroyers or back to back this and that, and they just keep getting up and then jump off the ropes and get up. And these are moves that are supposed to be like devastating, that look
Mm-hmm.
all rowdy, and they just get up and do it, and everyone's all and
This
it,
is awesome.
and
This is man,
it
I
just
hate that.
it just burns you out because it makes the move like it looks devastating, but it makes it look all more fake, So I could see WWE, especially someone like Cody, during that, finding some sort of like exception to it or having like a story behind it and it making sense instead of just doing it like nah, brother, that doesn't work for me. I'm gonna kick out at one and just fucking do it, like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like AEW does do a lot of what we just saw with the Osprey Ricochet match. But in that instance, I think, like I just said, Ricochet, that's kind of just his style. And
Mm-hmm.
it looked like Osprey was like, "Hey, brother," or whatever. However, hey, bruv, or
Hey,
however he talks.
bravo, God save the
Yeah,
queen.
like he's just like, "Hey, I'm gonna go toe to toe with you, and we can, you know what I mean? Like,
And then Ricochet's
I'm gonna
just like,
match
dude,
you."
I cannot understand what you are saying.
There's no subtitles.
Sometimes,
Oi, bro, you a fucking cup, mate. I'm gonna fuck.
oi, oi, bro, beans with your breakfast in it.
Oi, bro, you gonna cut me up? All me guts taken out, bro.
Pie and mash, pie and mash.
Legendary. Uh, but
but
but yeah, I felt like he he wanted to do that, and then they did it, and it was like an epic match, you know, because
Mhm.
they went toe for toe, you know.
It was good. It was extremely good because I remember like around that time I was big into like the star system because I wanted to expand my not vocabulary, my library of like wrestling, you know. It's where I looked more into like Ring of Honor stuff or like PWG stuff. I have a PWG DVD around here somewhere that I really need to let you borrow because it's some pretty good shit. Um, but around that time, it's like I would look at Dave Meltzer star ratings and I would see like, oh, it says here, like Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijak, 5 stars, PWG. I was like, oh, let me go watch it, and I'll watch it. I'll be like, dude, that was fucking badass. But now it's crazy because that's like the norm in just like wrestling today, especially where being a big wrestler doesn't limit your moveset, you know? Because
Mhm.
Keith Lee is fucking badass in general, and Dijak is fucking badass too. So they pretty much had the same match like in NXT, like, you know, for a bigger crowd instead of like a bingo hall where it's like 300 people. But and now it just gets to a point where he's just handing out 5 star matches because
Yeah,
I guess he has some niche. There's some niche that he's obviously enjoying, but a lot of people do take it to heart. I'm not gonna lie, I was that person where I was like, "Oh, cool, 5 stars! Like, let me check out that match." When I just see another 5 star match today, and I'm saying, "Okay, like, oh, 6.5 stars. All right, man.
yeah,
I
but that's where you
guess."
can tell at the point where it's like, is your opinion tainted? You know what I mean? Like we were talking about, you know,
Mhm.
because now we don't know what you've already gone over the bar, and there's really like no, we already know where you're leaning towards, so that opinion
Uh,
is tarnished in a way, you know.
do you think? I'm trying to think of what's gonna be like the next big thing in wrestling, where it's like a bunch of like overzealous moves and no selling shit like that. Maybe they're just gonna revert back to like the '80s, where it's like everyone has like a character, like the lawyer, the plumber.
I don't know, because I mean, you have AEW kind of still talking shit to WWE, and you have WWE not referencing AEW very much, unless like, it's within their characters, kind of like Drew McIntyre, where
Hmm.
he's breaking a bunch of fourth walls, or CM Punk, just because he can't ignore it because that's part of his character over there,
Yeah,
you know. So I don't know, other than, I mean, this cross pollination thing I really like with TNA and WWE is cool.
hmm,
Um, I mean, AEW was kind of already doing that, but in a way where it didn't make it this epic. You know, I feel like WWE and TNA, it feels more epic than AEW opening up their forbidden door, and we're gonna be with this and that. But they've already had where people would show up randomly all the time from other promotions.
yeah.
Like,
Where as far as TNA separated from WWE was like separated.
mhm. Yeah,
Uh,
like they had oh, what was it? Like, oh, whoever was having a open challenge for the belt. Oh, it's Matt Cardona, the indie god wrestler, whatever, from wherever. And it's just like, okay, well, why don't you save that for like a cross, promotion? It could just happen at any time where someone shows up,
mhm.
instead of these scheduled epic things where like, oh, TNA is about to invade or whatever. And I don't know, it just makes it to where like, oh, that could happen at any time at AEW. Why am I going to watch Forbidden Door if New Japan wrestlers or whatever show up all the time, or Mexican wrestlers show up all the time?
Yeah, it's like you already know like there's an existing partnership
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Where with WWE, it's like fuck, dude. Like with TNA, like that's badass. Like that's gonna. And plus, not only that, I feel like there's a lot of good promotion of WWE promoting TNA. and
Mhm.
I finally followed the Twitter account for TNA, so I know when the next pay per view is going to be. It's Against All Odds. That's next Friday. But it's weird that they have their pay per views on Friday. That's the one thing that bugs me because I'm always at work, so I'm never going to catch them.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like with this Jordan Gray stuff, man, like it's badass. Like especially if it could benefit like both companies. And they're doing like really good promoting it too, like making like such a big fucking deal,
Mhm.
and even to where WWE like on NXT TV they're saying like, oh, like TNA is gonna have their next pay per view Against All Odds like next Friday, and Jordan Grace is having an open challenge. Like, oh, like I wonder who's gonna turn up over there, you know? Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be someone from NXT going over there, like damn, yeah, man. Like get me fucking hyped up for that shit. Like I'm all about that. Where don't
Mhm.
get me wrong, it's like I fucking love New Japan wrestlers and CMML, like the CMLL, they have their their own clique of wrestlers as well. But like how we said, there's already that existing partnership that we've known has existed for a long time. You let your wrestlers go to New Japan, to the indies to wrestle like no matter where they go. If you kept your doors a little bit strict, then I feel like there would have been more hype like behind Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door, that's the next pay per view that's coming up, right?
Yeah, I think it's on the 30th of June.
Man, already?
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit, man, that was
That's what I
fast.
that's what I said. I was like, what the fuck? It's already like, it would turn to June the 1st, and I was like, dang, we're already at for another pay-per-view.
Do you remember last week we were talking about what was it that WWE was calling their Forbidden Door?
Yeah, what was it? Do you remember? It starts with a P.
Oh man, dude, it's so stupid. It's called the Prohibited Portal.
There, I knew it was something stupid.
It was so
I knew it was
stupid.
something stupid. That's what
I,
the Catholic Church calls the vagina before
the
you're married.
Prohibited Portal. That's what the nuns call it. Like God
Yeah,
forbid.
my celibacy days. The
Oh,
prohibited portal.
I'm
He's
trying not
fine,
to
folks.
die.
Don't worry, folks. He's fine. He says
He's
that all the
fine.
time.
So Gabriel, cut your fucking shit out. We're running a show here.
Show that Simpsons clip of the cameraman like kind of drunk or whatever. We're
Just
having technical difficulties. Yeah.
it's like hanging there, baby. It's just a cat on the fucking clothesline like that. But before we switch topics, going back to like the selling under and over, what's your opinion on not selling in general? 'Cause I feel like that Ring of Honor video we saw, I guess that was mainly the acrobatics of it, where I'm just like, that doesn't do anything to fucking enhance the move.
Mhm.
To where I feel like the underselling is what irks me more than the overselling.
Whenever I see someone undersell, I feel like they fucked up. You know what I mean? Like they fucked up the spot, or they don't want to do it, or they are off on the timing. That's how I always feel when I see underselling. So I guess I would rather see overselling because at least it looks like devastating. I hate when someone oversells and they obviously didn't get hit at all from any camera angle.
Uh
That sucks. But I would rather someone oversell than undersell.
like when Mark Henry pushed Batista and then he ran back and then he
Yeah,
fucking launched himself back.
yeah.
Oh shit. I agree with you too. It's if they sell it, that's the main point of them selling like the move. Overselling, I'm just saying, oh man, like they have, like you said, somebody fucked up.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I feel.
it's understandable, like they're trying to sell it. I just hate how like the super kick and the Canadian destroyer just moves like in the regular arsenal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, I hate that
Where
too. The pile driver, the
yeah,
DDT.
but I think maybe they feel honored. Like Petey Williams feels honored that the Canadian destroyer is like so influential. Shawn Michaels, same thing. The Sweet Chin Music, like so influential, like that. that everyone's using it now. You know, Jake the Snake Roberts. Wait, he passed away, right? Jake the
I don't
Snake.
know. Let me see.
I want to say he did.
Is Jake the Snake dead? Still alive?
Early life. He passed away in 2010.
No, that's his father.
Oh, I want to say born.
No, he's still alive.
He's still alive. Oh,
Let's
that's
say
good.
dead.
Who was it that passed away? Am I thinking of Razor Ramon? I'm thinking of
think-
Razor Ramon.
Terry Funk, I think, passed away.
Yes, because him and Bray Wyatt passed away within the same week.
Yeah, you might be thinking of Terry Funk.
Yeah, man. Wait, why did I bring up Jake the Snake Roberts?
The DDT.
Oh yeah, because the moves they're so
Yeah.
influential and everything. I almost got lost. I was like, wait a minute. No, I was getting sad because of Bray Wyatt.
No, I connected that. Yeah, I don't know. And it's weird when you see like everyone doing pile drivers right regularly in a match, and then you have like Tony Storm do a pile driver because that's her special move, and that's what defeats them. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. Like they really need to keep the canon, right. But whatever. I that's what we do with wrestling. We suspend our disbelief for this and that. You know.
Yeah, the one thing that bugged me about Tony Storm, like the last pay-per-view, because she fought Serena Deeb, right? That was the last person she fought. Was that she did a fucking second rope pile driver, which looks devastating already, and then she gets up and is like, "Oh, I better do another pile driver just in case." Put you out of your misery. It kind of reminded me when Phoenix did that fucking spiking pile driver to Moxley, and he fucking gave him a concussion. And then he's like, "Oh, like just wrap the match up. Okay, let me give him a fucking another one."
Dude,
So he gives him a second one.
He does it just as bad.
Oh my god, man!
That was just, I don't know what that was. I was just wanting to kill a man or something.
Yeah, I think because of that, I think Moxley wanted to push for like a safety protocol on concussions.
I would hope so.
I would hope so too, man. But it just
literally
sucks.
there, like
it's like, "Hey, Moxley, you okay? Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo."
Yeah, I'm okay. Where's Seth and Roman? We're the Shield.
So, where's my nunchucks?
Anyway, let's go to this next one here. Let's see. What do I have here? These veterans on Busted Open are having the worst take. So we could take a listen here at what Edge has to say on Busted Open Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Like right now I'm watching Jericho, and man, he's so much fun to watch. Like he's recreated himself again.
Yes.
He's lived into what the naysayers have said, and he's took it and run. And now he's bringing Brian Keith and Big Bill with him, and he's the perfect person to bring those two guys along and get them spotlight and get their character, because they're clearly they can both do character work. Brian Keith, I'm like, he might be one of my favorite characters all of a sudden. He just, he says one.
You better
thing,
show some respect, brother. Yeah, damn straight.
It's just, I love it. And then here's this 7 foot, 300-pound rip dude, being Professor Positive, and I don't know. I love it. So there's something to recreation. I just don't know if this is the instance.
So that's, I don't know. I'm showing this, I guess, because I want to talk about how he's pushing. Of course, he's with AEW. He's pushing it, but how they're kind of like tainted their opinions,
Oh man, when he's like, "Oh yeah, Chris Jericho's doing some of his best work he's ever done," I'm like, "You sure about that, bud?"
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. You're real pushing it.
Hold on here. We're good. Just had to get some groceries. I'm catching my breath. No, and I wanted to show from this clip how, I don't know, like how what's the word? The Kool-Aid they're drinking over there in AEW, where it's like
It's
they
spiked
gotta
like
say
Jonestown.
exactly. No, they gotta say like positive things, and it's like you were saying about Jericho. It's like, are you sure he's doing his best work?
Fuck no, dude. Jericho's best work was in 2008. I don't know if you remember around that time when he was fighting Shawn Michaels, like he punched Shawn Michaels' wife in the face. I don't know if you remember that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that
yeah.
that was his best work because he would have to talk real quietly so that way everyone had to listen to him. And I'm just like, man, what an asshole! Boo this man!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jericho's done way better work than right now. This isn't his best work.
Nah, man, it's weird because I remember when he came out with was it Painkiller or Judas Killer?
Uh-huh.
And he had like the fucking marks on his face and everything. And it looked like he's just a big fan of like juggalos when he does that. Or of Kiss. I think Kiss because he likes rock, right? He probably didn't even know what juggalos are.
Well, even the list stuff was like great when he was doing the list or whatever.
Oh, dude, that shit was so fucking good.
Yeah, there's
But
so many other things he's done.
but especially now, I just don't care for it, man. I feel like he's just been on every pay per view. Like he doesn't need to be on every pay per view. Like he's doing something back there. He's scheming. He's scheming.
And I have here a clip of the same podcast. Not from the same episode, but Bully Ray and Mark Henry talking to Swerve Strickland about his. I don't know. I guess they're criticizing how he's being utilized. Let's check it out.
Amongst myself, LaGreca, Dreamer, Mark Henry, was how you have been positioned post winning the championship. We've questioned it. We believe that you should be positioned and featured a little better. So I'm going to take you back to week 1 after you won the championship. You came out and you had a match right after the opening of the show. It didn't seem like the match was befitting of a world champion's first appearance after winning the championship. When you see that you're in a match and not in a segment and not speaking, how do you feel about that? What is your frame of mind? And would you have preferred to do something different?
Of course, I prefer to do something different, of course, but that's the element of like being now and then getting it back the next show and then beginning back the following week. You got to constantly grow. We grow and you get other opportunities. Like for me, this championship reign is always going to it's going to keep ascending and going up. Next week is always going to be better than the week before, and then the next week is always going to be better than the week before. It's going to keep going up. I'd rather it keep going up than going down.
I want the packages, and I want the production of the show to feature them talking about the champion.
Which we have. Yeah, there's literally been time tickers of when I'm about to pop up on the screen. And now I'm popping up on the screen like three times a night, in different promos. I'm like getting live promo shots where I'm like, all right, we got to shoot it right now. Boom. I'm like, okay, cool. And now I'm popping up like I'm having a presence on Collision even when I'm not there. I shot like the last promo you just saw on Collision ending the show. I shot that in my house the day before just because I'm like, what do y'all need? Like boom, and I'd like to keep myself presentable at any time. Anytime, like I said, I call myself the boogeyman of pro wrestling for a reason. Like you say my name, I pop up anytime. You never know. So
and see from this interview, I feel like they're trying to shit on AEW, and here's Swerve kind of defending himself and the company in a good way. Or what do you think about that?
No, you're ugly. He's proving them right. It's like how we said earlier. I feel like just like the older wrestlers just want to like shit on everything. But I mean, like us too, we kind of shit on AEW. We don't want to, but it just kind of just happens, It's just the way like shit's just ran over there. But as far as Swerve, I'm agreeing with what he's saying. It makes sense. there is times like I've been to the live shows at AEW and they do have like the ticker or like I'm trying to think of an example. When CM Punk was still over there, uh Tony Khan comes out, he's like, oh, we're gonna open up the match with Dax Hardwood versus CM Punk. Like CM Punk's gonna come out first, like we're gonna do the countdown and everyone's gonna chant whatever. And everyone's getting all hyped up and everything, and then CM Punk comes out and obviously, like a lot of people are pumped. They're like, "Oh my god, they told the truth? You kidding me?"
No, it's again what you said, like tribalism. It's weird to have a part of, and it is the same podcast, Busted Open, where one thing they're all praising the shit out of AEW, and then this other segment with you have Mark Henry, who's not with AEW anymore, and Bully Ray, who's with, I guess, TNA, right, or just whatever. He's just a old school dude, but now he's talking shit. But they're talking shit about the champion, whereas the other guys were praising Jericho and his best work, even though this isn't his best work.
I know
So
it's like I don't
like
know.
You're not critical. You're not critical about the right things, and you're critical about the wrong things. It's such a weird, backwards way,
I feel like too. It's probably just like a friend thing, because like they're all like from the same era, so they're probably just all friends trying to like hype each other up. I get it. It's cool. I would do the same thing, but it's a whole new generation of wrestlers and talent. Like, why are you gonna shit on a new talent just because you're not a part of the scene anymore?
Yeah, it's strange. I thought it was a weird. I just wanted to show both of those because it's just a weird dynamic of, they're giving like these softball questions to Edge. I'm sorry, Adam Copeland, and then the Swerve, they're kind of bullying him. That's funny because his name's Bully Ray, right? Bullying him into like, oh, why aren't they treating you this way? They should be treating you better. And he's like, no, they treat me pretty good. Like,
Yeah, it's like, they're streaming pretty good. It's like, you're not backstage, man. You don't know how things go on backstage.
And
So Swerve, blink twice if you need help.
Mark Henry's just all, are there any Asians? Get them out of there. I hate Asians.
Here's all. When is the time for the main event? Nigga, the barbecue sauce off his fingers.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. But yeah, I just wanted to show that. I thought it was interesting. We have here both WWE and AEW have an interest in Chad Gable, with key people in AEW pushing for Tony Khan to sign him. However, AEW is not legally allowed to make an offer until his contract expires. WWE has reportedly made an excellent offer to keep him signed. And this is from the Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
What do you think about this bit of news?
If he wins the Intercontinental Championship, he's sticking around. I feel like if they did make him an excellent offer, I feel like he is going to win the Intercontinental Championship at Clash of the Castle. That's what I feel is going to happen. And rightfully so. I wanted Chad Gable to be champion for a long overdue. I've been such a fan of Chad Gable ever since he showed up because he was goofy. But he reminds me of like Kurt Angle in the world's greatest tag team. Like Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I mean, I could see AEW making an offer and him taking it if it's ridiculous. Like, I don't blame him. Like, fucking, if you get that money, get it for half the schedule or whatever you want to take it. But, I mean, I want him to win. He's a cool character, and I think his story is really good. But if AEW makes him an offer, I wouldn't blame him if he left. I would be like, Tony Khan, what are you doing? Like,
yeah,
you're literally just like, you have all this money just to fucking spend on this talent, but really for Chad Gable, like, he's cool, but what is he really? He's just gonna get lost in the mix over there. What are you gonna do? Put the TBS title on him? Put him against? I'm sorry, is it the TNT? Which one's the man's one?
TNT.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Put him on the TNT title against fucking? Oh my God, who's the TNT champion? Is it? Oh, Edge is about to lose it, right? Or
Oh, he relinquished it.
he relinquished it? Okay,
So
so
I think at Forbidden Door they're gonna have a ladder match.
oh my God.
I don't know, something else just as dangerous. So whoever wins it has to break their other leg that Coldplay
Yeah.
didn't break.
So yeah, what are they gonna do? Put that champion on him, and then bring in Shelton Benjamin and have them as tag team champs? Like,
Yeah,
come on, like
my two things I'm getting from this is that I I like how Chad Gable is getting that notoriety where he's offered like these really good contracts from both companies, or maybe, well, they said like Tony Khan can't say anything, but I'm pretty sure if his contract does expire, that Tony Khan's gonna try to like swoop in with something. But he's getting this giant notoriety for being a really good wrestler and like understanding he does have a lot of talent. And second, I just think he's gonna stick with WWE. I feel like he doesn't have to go anywhere else.
yeah,
Like there's no need to be like, not unless, I don't know, like his um his aura, it's like out of this world right now. Like people are just shitting on him because he's mean to Tozawa. How are you gonna be mean to Tozawa? Honestly. But it's like, especially, I feel like storyline wise, they want to see a payoff between him and Otis and like the Alpha Academy. And I feel like if he was to leave now, like it's just all gonna fall apart, and then people are gonna be upset. Like there wasn't like a proper ending to that story.
no, yeah, you're right. I think he's like a man of honor where he would stay where he is comfortable with, and they've been doing him, I think, right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, especially now that it's Triple H running the show and creatives a lot more like they stick with it rather than, oh no, we're gonna change everything up last minute, bam.
Yeah, yeah. And I just want Otis to beat him. Like I just want that big pop that Otis deserves, man. Like he needs it, bro. Cause I don't know if you saw the video where he like stood up to Chad Gable because Chad Gable was going off against like Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa, like belittling them, and then Otis just stepped in the way and like the crowd fucking popped big for that. After that, yeah, let's go, Otis, yeah. I was behind it, man.
Oh, I'd love to be behind Maxine Dupree.
I
God,
love to
she's
I
so
love to
hot.
be behind Otis.
In the buffet line.
Hell yeah. Like, here, let me help you with that, Otis. And I grab his hand just to get like a couple more rolls. So, but Gabe, I don't know how he talks. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
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 Like Randy Savage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Man. I got here a little thing here. It says Booker T wants Lola Vice and Sexy Red to have a twerk
Oh,
off.
my God.
I could see a dance off coming between Sexy Red and Lola Vice. I'm serious, man. Laughs. Do it now. Nah, man, ain't no infringement when it comes to twerking. Laughs. You just gotta let it go. Lola Vice, she's a damn good entertainer. She's a damn good performer. And this is Booker T via his Hall of Fame podcast. What do you think about Booker T saying these two females should have a twerk off?
That's a very shucky ducky quack quack of him, man. Dude, have you seen Sexy Red?
She's not sexy, in my opinion. I'm not her into her.
It's something about like face tattoos that I don't really care for too much.
It would just depend for me, but it's just that combination of like the glasses, the hair, and then I don't know. I'm just not into what she's dishing out. You know what I mean? And
Uh huh.
I feel like, yeah, Booker T saying this is kind of going back to better times, I will say, with the whole
Let's have a twerk
evening
off.
gown.
Yeah, rub him down, man. Rub him down.
These evening gown matches or bikini matches or whatever, but
But dude, Lola Vice though, she's fucking fine.
she looks very pretty. I mean,
Nah, she has a booty for days, man. Man, I'll stand behind her in a buffet line. She just goes, oh yeah, oh yeah.
oh yeah. But yeah, I don't see Sexy Red. I don't think she needs a sexy partner name. I don't find her very sexy, especially with
I
two
prefer
X's.
Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion,
Hmm.
she could ruin my life, man. She could destroy me.
I prefer Nicki Minaj, even though she's like 90% plastic. I prefer her.
She looks good. She looks good.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
I think I like Megan Thee Stallion more because like she's natural.
You,
I
you
God,
silly
oh
man.
man.
You're so silly with your natural. Well, I
Man,
mean,
I got my needs. That sounds terrible.
lastly, here, officially updated WWE the Castle 2024 card next Saturday. Is that already coming up? Class of the Castle.
Is it already? No way. Here, let me look it up while you read the card. Go ahead.
So, first match, or at least whatever is on here, Drew McIntyre. This is probably the main event. I don't know. I'm just reading the matches. I don't know in what order they're going to be. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest for the world title. Piper Niven versus Bayley for the women's title. Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes in an I Quit WWE title match. Fire and Dawn versus Baszler, Stark versus Jade and Bianca for the women's tag titles. Um, yeah, that's what's on here, and it's all for titles. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, next Saturday, June 15th.
Damn, shit.
So I think if it starts regular time over there, it should be starting around noon over here. Which is okay. I'm up by that time anyway.
Hell yeah, that's a good time. That's a good time for a match. What do you
Oh
think of this
man,
card?
it's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 matches. It's gonna go by fast.
I like that. I like that though. That there's really no filler matches. You know.
Are you okay with the 5 match card?
Yeah, I think so. I like these PLEs they're not like 8 hour long events or anything like the W or like the AEW ones. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I think the last AEW one was like about 6 hours. I think.
Shoot.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I probably lied. It might be 7, 8, 9, 10. Because the pre-show was like an hour and a half, so that's at 5:30. It didn't finish until 11. 5:30, 6:30, 7,
Like
8, 9, 10.
5.5 hours.
5.5 hours. That's a long time.
Fuck yeah, that's a long time. And this is typically what, 3 hours, maybe?
Yeah, 3 hours max. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe 4 hours if you want to watch the pre-show, but I don't really
Mhm.
think they have anything else on the pre-show.
No, it's typically just like interview or like packages and talking about it, you know?
I just wonder if it's gonna be last year's card because last year they had Sheamus versus Gunther. That was a fucking badass match. And then they had Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. But that was when Solo first debuted, like to help out. That was a good card, but I think Drew McIntyre's gonna win this. He has to, right?
I mean, that'd be cool. It'd be a big pop there in his homeland. I don't know if it's at least closer to where he's from, so that'd be
Yeah,
cool. I'd feel bad for Damian Priest. That'd suck.
I know. I feel like they are gonna put on a good match, but it just sucks for Damian Priest. But I mean, I don't know. His run wasn't like memorable, but I mean, at least he's been champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds shitty saying that. I really like Damian Priest.
Well, but it could build to him hating on the Judgment Day because they keep interfering and he doesn't want that. And then it could build Drew McIntyre because obviously build to CM Punk. And then I don't know. I want Chad Gable to win. Piper Niven, who cares? Bailey better not lose.
I don't think Bailey's gonna lose. I think she's gonna win.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes is obviously going to win, and Jade and Bianca obviously are going to win. So,
Man, I feel like the only way you're gonna make Cody Rhodes say "I quit" is like if you kill his dog in front of him. He has a beautiful dog.
like fucking John Wick and shit.
That's that episode of Dave Chappelle when that guy's about to have sex with his wife, but then they get raided. And like the dog is just sitting on the bed, like somebody shut that fucking dog up, and they shoot the dog in the bed. Oh my god!
Terrible. But that's the end of this, and we'll move on to botches and stuff. Oh no, wait. I don't know if this we call this a botch or something. I remember you
Oh
sending
my
me this,
god! Yes,
and
I cringed so hard.
I was reading through it, and I don't know if this is considered news or a botch, but for those not on Wrestling Tumblr, a post of the dog collar match between CM Punk and MJF blew up, and it got 70,000 plus notes. Of course, this has been somehow led to kink discourse, culminating in a person lying about a man named Mark Lynch, who they think CM Punk his name is being abused by producers. So just looking at the clip here, we show the dog collar match between CM Punk and MJF at I don't remember what pay per view this was or what match, but it was an AEW.
I think we saw
And
this one together.
did we?
It was the dog collar match. Remember when CM Punk came out to that other song, and me, you, and Richard, we were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like we didn't know what was going on.
I don't.
You don't? Oh
No,
man, that sounds like such a long time ago. Holy
dude, it
shit!
does feel like it. So here's posts of him at the dog collar match with the dog collar on and chain link wounds on the back, and some guys commenting, "Yeah, no, this shouldn't be allowed. My personal code of ethics is if it isn't harming you or anyone else, it's fine. But this is very clearly harming another person, whether it's consensual or not. Does not affect the physical harm it is clearly causing." And we
I
go
hate
on to the.
Tumblr, man.
This is on Tumblr, right? Okay. And so after that, someone put it should be a crime to misunderstand both BDSM and pro wrestling so badly during Pride Month, where that same guy who had commented about it being non-consensual or consensual said, "Yes, in fact, I did." His state, I guess, looking him up, his stage name is Mark Lynch, and his back is now permanently scarred. Look it up. He said he repeatedly asked to be removed from the scene and was denied by the producers because of money. And so this guy, they're saying the last practitioner of the lost Tumblr art, blatantly lying to try and win the stupid argument. So this guy is just making shit up. He's just saying that guy's name is Mark Lynch, and being asked to be out of the scene with the dog collar.
Oh my god!
And we go to the end where the let's see, where the guy who's saying that CM Punk's name is Mark Lynch said to the commentator, "You didn't look him up, did you? I'm gonna disengage because you clearly don't actually know anything about this man or the shit he's been forced into. Maybe you should try researching before you jump to conclusions. Maybe you should stop insulting people in the face of evidence. Bye, LOL."
Oh
So
Jesus Christ!
this ends with I'm honestly losing it like it was the strategy here, the blatant, stupid, and easily disprovable lie, the attempt to get in the last word and dramatically leave the argument so it sounds like you were right, but it's in a public setting where everyone can immediately see your idiocy forever. Literally that drill motorcycle tweet. Who the fuck is Mark Lynch? So yeah, this was kind of a little roller coaster ride here of a guy thinking CM Punk was some sort of adult entertainer that didn't want to be in this production and actually knew information and making stuff up.
I fucking hate Tumblr. Oh my god!
I was like, what is this? And I'm like, wow, this dude really doubled down on trying to say, no, I know this guy, but you don't know him, and
I'm gonna
I'm
look
leaving the
up
argument.
Mark Lynch.
The
I don't want
strongest
you to
man.
look it up. It says Mark Lynch is a pro wrestler.
now they're making lore up for him.
It takes me to X. Hold on, let me see if it takes me to a profile. They at Lynch Reborn, autism with a Canadian flag. Stupid questions get stupid answers. Ask wisely. Epic code. Lynch Reborn. And they put their fucking picture of CM Punk. What the fuck is going on?
That's just the internet being the internet, though. That's pretty funny, though.
Dude. Yeah, man. Internet's fucking terrible. I hate it.
There's an even worse thing than internet and wrestling. There's worse, obviously.
So yeah, there's Tumblr.
Let's see what do we got here for botches, funny stuff. What do I have here? Oh, you sent me this. The former world's strongest man just slept a dwarf on live television.
He goes into the single leg, trying to fight, picking one guy up, slaps him down, and the right hand lag for Eddie Hall. He's knocked him out. One shot is all it took. He goes into the single.
Okay. The reason why I sent you this is because they said that it's Eddie Hall, the world's strongest man or former, against two dwarves. My guy, those men are fucking regular sized human beings.
Yeah, they're not dwarves.
Where did they get dwarves from? Because the next post, I didn't send it to you, but when I saw it on my feed, it's like, oh man, dwarf boxing wasn't I expected to see. I was like, bro, this is a regular MMA match. What's going on?
And there was like at the same thing or another event, actual dwarves MMAing, and one like gave one a kick to the face, like an actual dwarf.
Yeah,
Not
man,
not
that was
not
fucking
this.
cool.
Yeah, that was crazy that a dwarf did like a spinning kick and knocked out another dwarf.
Man, see, that's the thing. This is one of the best things about the internet. Totally opposite of Tumblr.
No, but I love these. I don't know where they're at, what country, but I love where they're like 5-on-1 fighting or women versus men and shit. Like
Dude, I
it's
know. I saw the one. It's like two women versus like this one big dude. And I don't know, man. It was a car crash, but I couldn't stop watching it.
Oh yeah, it's fucking entertaining. It's great.
It's like a power slap.
Yeah. It's very like, are you serious? But I'm gonna watch because it's fucked up.
It reminds me of times like 2010 YouTube where I would look up Kimbo Slice fights on YouTube.
Some bum fights, like
Bum
some
fights,
freak
yeah.
show shit.
Street fights. I would look up fucking fights at my fucking high school, like to see if they're on YouTube. Oh man, good times, bro. Simpler times.
Here's something I maybe should have put on the news. Here's MJF's new shirt that just dropped of a wolf in plaid. But people are saying that's AEW doing AI art shirts. So what do you think of this being an AI piece of art? Do you believe that it is, and are you for it or against it?
My thing is, how can people tell it's AI? I'm just like, my assumption is that people are just assuming, right?
Yeah, I guess there's like a better way to prove it or not. It just every design from this artist is AI, so maybe they're showing evidence of it, but it's really their word against the internet. So maybe you're right about jumping the gun too quick and people
So
just jumping on it.
say if it is AI, does that bug you?
I mean, if you like the person, buy the shirt. I don't know. I don't really, because you don't know, even if it isn't AI, right? And it's someone else's art and they paid for it, you don't know what they paid for the art, if they're screwing them over or not. I don't know. To me, it's the same thing. Like if you don't like the art, don't buy it. I don't know. If you do, if you think it looks badass. I mean, look at what we used to buy. Austin 316 shirts, they literally just say Austin and then 316.
Yeah, man, it's like it's a lot worse, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting.
I don't know either. Like, I guess, like me personally, I don't really care if it's AI or not. But if it's a design that directly supports the artist, like that's cool. You know, like some compensation for the artist and everything. Uh, it's different when like these generated images are stealing from other people's artwork, which I'm assuming it all is, because they have to go off of like some basis, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just pictures alone. I don't know too much about AI, obviously, as me trying to explain it. It's just, I don't know, it's a slippery road to drive on.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. You're right that AI has somewhere to learn from. So if it did pull that image from another person's art somewhere, there would be more evidence of it. But it doesn't seem that there is. So we don't know, other than like, yeah, if you don't like it, don't buy it. It's that
Yeah.
too. OMJF. Looks better than his tattoo. Here's visualizing in the mirror the man I want to become.
Oh my god.
Badass flames tattoo on the top of Bam Bam Bigelow's head.
Dude. Especially in a time where like tattoos were just bad in general.
That is crazy. Yeah.
But he could pull that shit off. Good man. Rest in peace, Bam Bam.
For real. Such a great dude. Oh, I forgot there was no caption to this.
Oh my god, man. I love Smiley Friends so much.
I really do too. I've been really watching every episode, getting a real kick out of it.
Man. I think this is supposed to be for that Mr. Frog episode where like Mr. Frog starts saying a bunch of racist shit on Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Or Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, okay.
Let's
check out this. Yeah, let's check out this next one.
It's the same picture.
I'm losing everything.
I know it's our job to help this guy, but I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
I'm trying to die.
I knew that was coming after that one.
Oh my god, dude. I'm losing everything. Let's just cut our losses and get out of here.
This guy's a lost cause.
Oh shit, dude. It's fucking funny. I'm crying.
Here's this is Happy Pride Month. Oh yeah, you sent me this.
Ed just rated G for gay.
I miss old wrestling. Oh my god.
Oh man, I want to see a fucking obscure sign like that sometime soon. Someone at Clash at the Castle needs to do that shit.
Oh yeah. Mark Lynch.
Mark Lynch.
Oh, here's Ricky Starks, and this is Tony Khan. Why isn't Ricky Starks on TV?
Oh my god.
And I think Ricky Starks is tremendous. I'd love to get him involved and back in AEW anytime, but he never has him back on. He's
oh my god. Tony. Dude, man.
Oh, Tony Khan.
It's always, it's always something with that guy every week.
He's a sicko. Let's see what this one is. I bet he's talking to other girls. And here's a guy searching up Bobby
Picture Bobby Lashley. Oh my god.
I think we've all been there.
Oh, dude. Nah, I fucking love Bobby Lashley. You know he has alopecia?
Yeah, you were telling me that because they made sense after I was like, yeah, he is like cleanly hairless, But I only noticed his eyebrows. That's all I ever really noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, he has them tattooed in.
He looks good though.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, I like your gay pride shirt, and it's I work the Shield
The fucking Shield. Oh my god.
There's a lot of gay pride going on this month.
I know, man.
For June.
This is so dumb.
We have RPG in a wrestling. Oh yeah, you sent me this.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
God.
What the fuck? The fuck is their budget for that?
I don't know what the fuck is going on. I only saw it was the RPG.
Yeah, I didn't even know the rest of that went down. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, death matches have gone too far.
And this was like an old one because the way it's filmed with like regular cameras. Like
I feel like this is recorded to be on fucking Faces of Death.
all fucking gorilla type recordings.
Oh, dude, like a fucking faded, snuff films and shit. Ugh.
Lastly, here I have a snippet of Bryan Danielson on his Chicks podcast, the Nikki and Bree show. Have you heard this?
I didn't know. I knew they had a podcast, but I didn't know he was on it.
Okay, so it's a little minute clip. We'll listen to what he has to say.
Are we allowed to cuss on this podcast?
We are.
Okay. So what I've been very confused by is when younger people say, I fuck with that, meaning that they like it or something like that.
Oh, like I'd fuck with that.
Yeah. I fuck with that. But they don't say I'd, like I would fuck with that.
It's just
they say I fuck with that. And my confusion becomes if I'm fucking with something, it means I'm like I'm playing with them, right? Like oh, I just fucked with so and so. I'm just like I'm trying to confuse them.
I just realized I'm cooler than you because I would understand if someone said that, and I feel like I would vibe with it.
So what sort of crimes do we commit?
I just realized I'm cooler than you because I would understand if someone said that, and I feel like I would vibe with it.
And you also like to say words like I vibe with that.
What? I feel like I'm funny. You don't think I'm funny?
Everybody thinks they're funny.
Wow.
I deeply suspect you don't understand the notion of gravity.
No, gravity, I know.
I'm not trying to convince anybody that ants beat us to the moon. I'm saying it's a possibility that we haven't looked into.
What the fuck is he talking about?
So, I don't know about the whole ants beating us to the moon thing.
First time I heard of that.
Yeah, I've never looked into that. I'm gonna have to look into that. But I liked his beginning rant about I fuck with that.
I fuck with that. I'd be fucking with that. I would just hear like, fuck with that. Fucking. Oh no, man! He's turning into a boomer. Oh no! Oh no! You see, when you realize ants are starting to build a ladder to the moon. Oh no! Oh no!
Well, ants can like climb on themselves too. Like they've shown in the like Amazon, those ants that like ladder onto each other and latch and create bridges.
Oh, then like they make boats to like go down the river and everything. Yeah,
out
dude.
of each other. So I could see them doing that to the moon.
Doing that, just pulling it in closer, closer.
Yeah,
just so stupid.
Well, that's today's episode, guys. So thank you all for listening, for watching, for hoping, for praying, whatever you do. Gabe, what do you want to say to the people?
Thanks for watching the video. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell. It all helps out the channel.
Hell yeah, guys. Well, we'll see y'all next time with more wrestling, and take care and stay safe. Bye.
Bye.